Today we'll be discussing regression, and regression is topic number 7 in statistics 1. And after completing this chapter, you should be able to understand the idea of independent and dependent variables. You should be able to work out the regression equation of a line which best fits the trend of the points on a scatter diagram. You should also be able to apply and interpret the regression equation. Now, if you look down there on page 134, you will see some explanation saying an advertising company wants to know whether there is a relationship between the number of times a product for children is advertised on television between 4 and 7 p.m. and the number of products sold. They want to know whether to increase the amount of advertising during this period. Under 7.1, you will see that the rule y is equals to a plus bx, connecting the variables x and y, allows the values of y to be predicted for every given value of x. And as we know, this equation is the equation of a straight line, where a is actually the y-intercept and b is the gradient of the line. And it explains the amount or the rate of increase of y in every increase in the value of x. That is generally known as the gradient. If you look at example 1, for the line y is equals to 2x plus 3, part A is asking, write down the gradient and the intercept on the y-axis of the line. And of course, part B is asking, sketch the line. You will obviously realize that 2 is the gradient of the line and 3 is the y-intercept, meaning that y increases at the rate of 2 for every increase of x. And this line cuts the y-axis at the point 0, at the point 0, 3. And this is what we call the y-intercept. Part B, we are talking about sketch the line when we have the y-axis and the x-axis, and you realize that the line cuts the y-axis at the point 0, 3. So if that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and increasing, and of course the value of x 1, 2, 3 increasing, this is the y-intercept. And because the gradient is known to be positive 2, then the line develops from bottom left to top right that way. And of course, to physically show how we get the gradient, which is of course given by the change in y over the change in x, meaning that for the change in y is 2 and the change in x is 1, or that rather the rise is 2 and the run is 1, giving that if the gradient is the change in y over the change in x, then you're having 2 over 1, which is 2. Of course, the y-intercept is explained as 0, 3. All right.